Hi, I'm Kathy Moss, and I will be walking through the Vote Builder startup in order for you to create your first search and cut your first turf in order to create minivan numbers for your block captains. So the first thing you want to do is be sure and get to your sign-in page and sign in with your credentials. And just go ahead once you've done that and log in. So you should go to your home page, but if for some reason you go to another area, the main menu, go ahead and just select home, and it will bring you to this window that you will be using quite a lot. Once you're at home, you want to go to create a list, which is under contact voters. And you'll find many filters under create a new search. But for your first search, you're going to want to be able to select all of your people to create your first list of everyone. So you're going to scroll down until you find home districts and click on that. And you're going to select your county, which will be DeKalb. And your precinct should be already pre-loaded. Mine is ME for McClendon. And that's all you're going to select in that box, but continue to scroll down until you get to the drop-down menu for suppressions and click on that. And you'll see that you have two boxes checked, good voting address, good mailing address. Leave those checked. But you do want to scroll down a little bit and you want to change these two boxes here, exclude do not walk and exclude do not call, to be include do not walk and include do not call. Now those are the only filters you're going to select for this first search. The home districts and the suppressions, include do not walk, include do not call. You're going to go over here and refresh your step in step number 1, and it will show what you have selected for your filters. Then you're going to preview my results, and it will give you the number of people in your precinct who you will be cutting turfs. Once you have previewed your results, you're going to run your search. And you'll see my list comes up and it will give you some more information regarding the people in your precinct. You notice that you have in here, I have approximately 1,800 doors and about 2,800 people. And then, of course, down below here are all the names of the people. I won't scroll down through there since that's specifically my information. But then you're going to want to be sure and save this list as. You have a choice of a saved list or a saved search. You want to select saved search because this is the dynamic list. In other words, once the DeKalb Dems start updating the information again, this will update your list automatically. The saved list is a static list and it will not change when the DeKalb Democrats update it. So be sure and select Save Search. And in this case, this will be a new search. And I'm going to make a new folder for it. And I'm going to give it a title. I'll just put Demo 2. And then I'm going to want to label the list, and I'm going to create creating turfs 2. And then I'm just going to save. All right. Once I've saved the list. I'm going to run it again, run search, and you always want to say, okay. It says, are you sure you want to load this search? It will overwrite your current version of my list. Don't let that scare you. It just means that it's going to overwrite it for you to look at, but it will not get rid of it. So you say, okay, and you're back to looking at your list, which is where you want to be. And then you're going to look at the icons down here, and the one that you want is the cut turf. So we're going to select that. And this is going to show you a map of your precinct with all of the dots, which are the houses, the households. And this is what you're going to use to cut your turfs with. So one of the things I want to share with you is how to manipulate this map. If you're going to want to move it around, just be sure and click and hold the button down to actually move the map around. You can use the plus to go in closer, or the minus sign over here to zoom out. And then you also have tools up here that you can select. If you want to have the system create your own turfs, it will ask you for specific information, like how many do you want for each turf, and you can actually create the turfs automatically. You can also erase all the turfs if you want to just completely start over. Or if you are clicking and you want to undo the last click, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute, you can go back up here and undo the last click. So these are your tools to use as you're cutting your turfs. Your legend, as I had done, you can actually hold it down and move it around. I usually try to put it out of the way in this corner. But you can see that your numbers will keep kind of a running tally of how many people and doors you have left to cut turfs for. So anyway, that's kind of what is available to use as you're cutting the turf. So we're going to zoom in just a little bit. You can actually also use the mouse to zoom in some. And I'm going to start off by cutting just a very big turf so I can show you the process. You take your cursor and you pick a point, and you just click the first point that you want a box to identify right there. Then let's say that I want to include all the way down to here. But I also want to include these two houses. I can drag this over to be sure that that does pick up those two houses on the end. And then I'm going to click somewhere over here so I can capture this area. And let's say I want to leave these people into another turf, so I'm going to leave them out. And I want to capture these two houses on Jordan. So basically everything that is turned yellow is going to be in this turf that I'm cutting. But the main thing that you want to remember is once you've done this, you want to always click on the very first box to complete your turf. And as you can see, the turf number 1, the green, has 229 people and 182 houses. This is probably too large of a turf for one block captain, so I would definitely adjust it to be, something more manageable. But anyway, this is just for you to see how to go about cutting it. If you want to completely trash it, you can do it, or if you want to manipulate it and cut out part of it, you can do just move it around by holding down any box that you want, and it will exclude those houses. So once you have determined that you've got the size you want and the area that you want to be sure and come back up here and you want to save that turf. And let's say that you don't want to cut any more turfs that day, so you just want to save and finish. And it's going to go back to your menu that is My Turfs, and you can see it here, Creating Turfs to Demo 2. It's got your big number here, and it's got your turf that you just cut, turf number 1. But let's say that you leave and you're wanting to tomorrow to come back in and generate a list number. So you can always access your turfs from your home page, and you simply go into Manage Turf. And you'll see that it pops right back up. Everything is just as you had left it. And now we're going to go ahead and generate a minivan number to give to our block captain. So I'm going to be sure that I'm looking at turf number 1, or whatever turf that you're going to give your block captain. You're going to come over here to your cursor and to your down arrow, and you're going to literally just generate a list number and click on that. Now this menu is going to be always filled in with GOTV walking list. The script could be something, actually anything that you have picked. You can preview scripts under the main menu here. But I have been using the Precinct Network Canvas script, and if you want to see what that script is, just go to main menu and pull up your scripts, and it will show you exactly what is included in that. And you always want to choose Walk for Contacted How. You'll see that your title is your Creating Turfs 2, and you don't need to fill out anything else, but you do want to scroll down, and you want to uncheck this box if it's checked, so it will not exclude early or absentee voted. You do want to be sure and include everyone regardless of this early or absentee voted. So again, just to recap, you're going to want to have your GOTV walking list, your script, which I choose the Precinct Network Canvas script, and you want to be sure and uncheck this box if it's checked on your form. And then you're going to generate your list number. Now, if for any reason you have forgotten to do one of those things, it will not generate a list number, and it will show you in red what you have left out. So you can see that it goes straight back to the My Turfs page, and under the Turf 1, you can see that at this point there is a minivan number generated, and this is the number that you will give to your block captain to fill out when they sign into minivan. This number will stay good for approximately 3 months. It may not necessarily stay here on your page that long. It depends on how many numbers you are generating, but it will stay with your block captain for at least 3 months. I always encourage my block captains to write this number down somewhere. And anyway, that's how to get your turf created when you first start to use Vote Builder. Hope this helps.